Yeah, I didn't expect it to be quite like it was, but I thought that everybody who came in contributed well. We had talked about rebounding was an area that, offensively Vonnie got a bunch of them last time, and defensively Liza got a bunch of them last time. So people needed to contribute more there, but certainly they did. The rebounding numbers are 6, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4. So every year when the conference stats start coming out and we don't have anybody on the top 10, it's because of that, because our whole team contributes. Steals, we have several players with steals. Assists, we have several players with several assists. So, Peyton ended up with the 3 steals and the baskets. She, did a really good job when she came in of giving us some energy. Eliza, you had mentioned those two. Eliza made baskets. She made free throws. She shot a good percentage. She got rebounds. She's been really steady all so far this season. I think that's something that she's working on and capable of and kind of actively trying to be, but it fits her well because she just kind of will do the work and make the open ones and make the free throws, and then kind of the next time you look down, she has 17 points, and it didn't seem flashy or excessive. She wasn't forcing the ball. She's finding her team. So you mentioned those guys. KK has really worked hard on her offensive game specifically. She's been known so much as a defender, and I know she's hopeful that she's going to be known more as a well-rounded player, someone who can contribute in multiple ways. And so far this season, and this is a lot in practice, she's shown that she's improved and very capable. She's knocking down threes. She gets to the rim and can finish. And so, those are the 3 that you mentioned, and I think that them, along with everybody else, really did a good job tonight.
Eliza and Michaela, I think, both had career highs tonight. How have they adjusted to their new starting roles?
Yeah, I think they've done a great job. Who knows if it's going to be every game or what's going to happen with the starting lineup, but those two seem very comfortable. Early in the season, or, in early media days, we were really using the terminology earned it. It wasn't, I think it's different than people just assuming that graduation happens and so now it's your deal. That's not how it works. You have to put in the time to earn it, to when there is an opportunity, you're ready to seize the moment. And the 2 of them have earned that opportunity so far this season, and it's because they worked hard every day, because of what they contribute to our team, because of the improvements that they've made. It seems like a pretty easy adjustment for both of those 2. They've been contributors in the 3 live outings that we've had, and I think it's because of all the work that they've put in along the way. It's not just like the switch turns. They're primed and ready for those opportunities.
5 players in double digits tonight. How does that kind of speak to the depth of your team?
Well, we certainly have offensive firepower. We have a bunch of people who can score. Only one was off the bench, right? But we have others off the bench who can really put points points on the board and put the ball in the basket. And I think it's going to be eventually a strength of our team. It certainly is so far. We're going to continue to be tested more and more every game. Next game's going to be harder than the last one, and I think so on and so forth going forward. But that is a strength, I think, of this team, is just that we have a bunch of people. It's a strength of the program. Anyone who's been around our program very long knows that depth and minute distribution is something that we're pretty well known for, is that we're not going to run them into the ground because we don't have to, because we've got a lot of people who can come in and not have a drop-off in our play.
Only 2 games so far, but what are you most happy about that you've seen? I mean, you held Southern Utah to 15 points in the first half. Was it the defense, or what are you most proud of so far?
Definitely the defense. I mean, I'm a defensive-minded coach. I was a defensive-minded player. Head coaches love scoring baskets, and you have to do that. But I think the reason I'm most excited about it so far this season is because I think that we are a little bit stronger offensively. And so, that our strength is becoming that our weakness, if you will, is becoming a strength is a good thing. That means that our team is getting better.
I got to ask you kind of about this. You don't play another home game until the end of November, but going to Wyoming and then the quick turnaround going to the Bahamas. When are you going to get a wink of sleep in or something? I mean, does that kind of affect your team a little bit, or what are you excited for going to the Bahamas?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the the turnaround. They gave us an extra game, I think, this year. So it's tough to fit them all in. And so you kind of got to go back to back to back. We started a little bit later than some based on day of service, the men having home games, all of the things that go into it. And so it is a tight stretch. We take tomorrow off, and that'll be good for them to rest and recoup. It is, like we mentioned earlier, good that they're not playing 35, 40 minutes a game so far. It could happen at any point, I guess. And then as far as the Bahamas goes, I think I'm excited about Wyoming because I think they're a very talented team. They do stuff differently, so we'll have to guard different actions than we've had to guard in the first 2 games. And then going out to the Bahamas, I mean, every game is going to be a high-quality opponent. Obviously, we have a little familiarity with a few of them. We've played South Dakota State, we played Louisville, we played UCLA in a scrimmage. There's some familiarity here and there, but just testing ourselves at the next level. So we have to test ourselves in Wyoming at however high it says on the wall. It tells you exactly how hard it is to breathe there. So we'll do that first, but then it'll be fun to see who the next opponent is.
You said a little familiarity with Louisville. Is there a little more added motivation or something to get back at the team that took you guys out last year?
I'm sure the players have that. We tell them not to, but they don't listen to us, So I think as a coach, my biggest goal is to not overlook Wyoming. And then when we get to Louisville, to figure out, how to, they're still pressing, all of those things. So how to manage the pressure. It's different personnel, but so we'll have a game plan for that. I think it's fun, if anything else, just to see a team like that back-to-back years when you do, because a lot of times you go to those tournaments and some of the people you don't know any of their players, you've never played against them, and so it'll be that part will be good when we get there. Still have to go through Wyoming though. Yeah.
Kind of like what Lisa was mentioning, and they kind of build you up, and I feel like I definitely have earned it. And last game I was a bit disheartened with my performance, and just because I expect a lot of myself and I want it to translate and be paid off for. So today I tried to come out and forget last game. And I was really happy that the work that I put in finally paid off and was able to show on the court, not just through practices or the things that are behind the scenes, that I was able to actually do it on the court. So it was pretty surreal feeling to actually have all those things that you work for and you sacrifice to actually end up working out and paying off. So it was a good feeling.
Well, Peyton, we didn't get to see you play last year, but now you're getting a chance to be on the court, and you're getting a lot of applause from the crowd these days. Some great steals. So what's it been like out there?
Yeah, this year is completely different from last year. I mean, I feel like last year, me and Callie, since we redshirted, we were just trying to contribute the most we can to our team, just bring some energy and whatnot. So I feel like last year we kind of made a name for ourselves just because we had some pretty nice celebrations, I'm not going to lie. But I don't know, this year's just different. I feel like my mindset's a lot different. Just wanting to be out there, just playing and whatnot. I feel like my focus this year is more so basketball and less cheerleading.
Peyton had quite a few good steals there at the end of the game. I mean, what were you seeing, or was it just a lot of energy coming out? I mean, what were you seeing from the other team that was getting you some of those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, whoever was guarding the ball just was pressuring the ball really well and just helped me out to get those steals, and I don't know, they were pressuring well, and so it helped me out and opened me up. So
as a team, you guys turned the ball over a lot less than you did against Long Beach State. Did you notice kind of a difference in the way you guys handled the ball, or were you less sloppy at all? Or
I think credit to Long Beach, their pressure is probably the top in the nation. I think Lisa was saying last game that they were ranked first for turnovers. So that was definitely a challenge trying to handle that. I think this time it was probably a combination of coming off the back of that game along with having less pressure. But I think, overall, I think we did a really good job of ball security and making sure we made the right decisions. So I think it was a combination of both, less pressure and we learned from our mistakes.
Any other questions?
Are you excited? I know you guys got Wyoming first, but tell me a little bit about going to the Bahamas, and what are you guys excited about when you guys get there?
Oh yeah, we're very excited for Bahamas. We're looking forward to getting another chance with Louisville, and just playing some good competition while we're out there. So we're very excited, and it's beautiful there. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I haven't been there before yet, so I'm excited to go somewhere a bit warmer than here. And yeah, like Peyton said, good competition. I think it's nice to get that early and get a good, tough competition out there, and kind of test really where we're at in the season. So I'm really excited.